All right, welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Absolutely. Always excited to explore these Murleys.
So today we're diving into, well, today's Murleys
Yeah,
from the Brahma Kumaris.
sounds good.
This one is titled, In order to reveal the one, make your stage constant and stable. Stay in your self-respect and give respect to everyone.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know, right? Really got me thinking about balancing inner strength with how we treat everyone else. It feels powerful,
Mm,
a recipe for some serious transformation.
definitely. Like there's this inner work and then the outer expression of it. They go hand in hand.
Exactly. So much to unpack. We'll dig into these, what does it call them? Sparkling fortunes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll see how those connect to actually changing ourselves and ultimately how we can be examples for everyone, really. You ready to get started?
Always. Merlis always seems so simple at first, but there's just so much depth underneath. It's amazing.
Okay, let's jump in. So right at the beginning, it talks about these three sparkling fortunes: God's sustenance, God's study, and God's blessings. It's almost like, I don't know, like a divine inheritance or
Yeah, I
something.
like that, a divine inheritance. Yeah.
But here's what strikes me. It says everyone gets these equally. So why does it seem like some people, they're radiating these fortunes way more than others?
Right. Yeah. I think that's where the idea of effort comes in. Like, think about it this way. Imagine everyone gets a musical instrument, the same one.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
But the quality of the music, that depends completely on the person, right? How much they practice, how dedicated they are.
Oh, I get it. So it's like those fortunes, they're within us, but how brightly they shine, that's up to us, our effort, our spiritual effort, I guess.
Exactly. It's not just about passively receiving, but actively cultivating those qualities within ourselves.
Makes total sense. Then it shares this really interesting anecdote. It's about the father belonging to the children and the children belonging to the father, all through this one word, mine.
Oh, yeah, that one. Doesn't it make you think about how powerful words are, like how they shape our relationships?
It's such a beautiful illustration of how the soul and the supreme soul connect,
Mm.
that mine goes beyond just possession. It's this deep sense of belonging
Yeah.
and love.
And that feeling of belonging, I think that's super crucial for transformation.
I agree.
Like the Murley suggests it helps us tackle those negative thoughts we all struggle with. It's almost like saying, okay, these negative thoughts, they're mine to control, mine to transform.
That's a great way to put it.
What do you think? How does shifting that ownership, how does that empower us?
Well, it gives us agency, right?
Hmm.
Instead of feeling like a victim of our thoughts, we can choose like which thoughts we focus on and which ones we, I don't know, just let go of.
Yeah, totally. We have the power to shape our inner world.
Absolutely. That's the key. I like that. Taking ownership. Then there's this line. It says, even those living far away have passed with flying colors in the subject of love. And that really resonates with me because, the world feels so divided these days.
It does, doesn't it?
What do you think it means?
It's a powerful reminder that love goes beyond physical boundaries and cultural differences, really anything like that. It's speaking to like the universal connection of the soul to
Hmm.
the divine. So no matter where we are, that yearning for love and belonging, it's always there.
It's a really hopeful message.
Right.
But then comes the challenge, right?
Always a challenge.
Self-transformation. It says, let's see, putting a full stop on paper takes less than a second. Can we apply that speed to stopping negative thoughts and actions?
Oh, I love that analogy.
Right. Seems tough, though.
It might seem daunting, but it's highlighting the power of choice. Just like that full stop, instantly ending the sentence. We can do that with negative thoughts or harmful behaviors. Choose to stop engaging right then and there, in that moment.
Yeah, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment or some big transformation. It's about that choice right here, right now.
Exactly. And to help with that, the Murley introduces this really interesting concept, replacing why with wa, or fly.
Or fly, I love it.
Right. It's about shifting from questioning and doubt to acceptance and forward momentum.
I've actually tried that. It's amazing how just changing the words can shift your whole perspective.
Isn't it amusing?
Instead of being stuck in the why of a situation, wah
Mm.
brings in this sense of wonder, and fly gives you the energy to move on.
It's recognizing that sometimes the best way to overcome a challenge isn't to analyze it to death, but just to accept it and focus on solutions.
Totally. It's like, okay, this is happening. Wah. Now, how do I fly out of here?
Exactly. Focus on the solution, not the problem.
Okay. And then the Murley brings in these two key concepts for, it says, ending wasteful thoughts and actions. self-respect and respect for others.
Those are presented as two sides of the same coin, you know? They're both essential for creating a harmonious inner world and outer world.
So finding the balance, honoring our own worth, but also acknowledging everyone else's.
Yes, precisely. And the Murli emphasizes that real respect, it isn't conditional. It's not about giving respect only when we get it back. It's about, bestowing respect no matter what others are doing.
You keep using that word, bestowal. But realistically, don't we all expect something in return sometimes? How do we give without, being attached to the outcome, especially when relationships are tough?
That's where the difference between business and bestowal comes in. Like, in business, there's always that expectation of getting something back. But true giving, the way the Murli describes it, it's selfless, unconditional.
You mean just offering respect and kindness and understanding, even if you get nothing back?
Exactly. It's about shifting the focus from, what am I getting out of this, to how can I be of service?
It sounds so challenging, but also, incredibly liberating, detaching from that need for reciprocation.
It is a practice, for sure. It takes effort. But the Murli suggests when we give in this way, we experience a deeper sense of fulfillment and joy.
And that ties into this really powerful image. It's about the soul and the Father being merged in our eyes, just like the pupil, how it never disappears.
Oh, yes, I love that one.
What does that make you think about? How we see ourselves and how we see others?
Well, for me, it suggests that seeing the divine spark, both in ourselves and everyone else, should be just as natural as, seeing. Seeing the world through our eyes. It's a constant.
So we're all interconnected and worthy of respect no matter what, no matter our flaws.
Precisely. It's a shift from judgment to acceptance, from separation to unity.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And that perspective seems directly linked to this concept of becoming a mind of mercy, which comes up next.
Yes. It's about not just seeing that spark, but letting it radiate outwards through our actions.
So how do we actually become a mind of mercy? What does that look like, in our daily lives?
It's about cultivating compassion and understanding, even when, things are tough or people are negative. It's like, instead of responding with a harsh wind, you respond with the gentle rain. You nourish growth instead of creating chaos,
I love that analogy. It's like, be the soothing presence, not the one who's adding fuel to the fire.
Exactly.
But it doesn't stop there. The Murli also talks about being examples. What does that mean for someone listening right now, wherever they are in life?
It's about recognizing that what we do, it has a ripple effect. When we embody these principles, self-respect, respect for others, mercy, we become living examples. We inspire others, not just by what we say, but by how we live.
So it's about walking the talk, showing that change is possible.
Yeah.
Speaking of actions, the Murli then shifts to, something a lot of us struggle with, right?
Oh, yeah.
That tendency to focus on what others should be doing. If only they would change, everything would be better.
It's so common, isn't it? But the Murli reminds us that real change, it starts within. Instead of trying to control or change other people, we need to shift our focus inward.
So less fixing others, more focusing on ourselves.
Exactly. Recognize that our own attitude, our own vision, it impacts everything around us. It uses this analogy of the pupil in our eyes, how it's always there, allowing us to see. Our awareness of the soul, that connection with the divine, it should be just as constant.
So by embodying those qualities, we naturally inspire others. It's not about preaching or forcing change, but just being a living example.
Precisely. And as we become more consistent in our own self-transformation, the Murli suggests that this can have a ripple effect, inspire those around us to change, too.
It's like that saying, be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly. Lead by example. Radiate the qualities you want to see more of.
That makes a lot of sense. But the Murli also acknowledges that change takes time, right? Even when we're really committed to it.
It does. It reminds us that self-transformation, it's a journey, not a destination. You'll have moments of progress and then moments of challenge. And that's where those concepts of self-respect and respect for others, that's where they come back in.
So even when we, stumble a bit, we can use those principles as our guide.
Exactly. They're the foundation. When we stay grounded in our own worthiness, we extend that same respect to everyone. We create this virtuous cycle. Respect fosters understanding, understanding fosters compassion, and then compassion, that fuels positive transformation.
It all starts with that inner commitment. And it's really striking how much the Murli emphasizes each person's power to make a difference.
It is. It's a reminder that even small acts of kindness, compassion, understanding, they can have a huge impact. way beyond ourselves. No act of love is ever wasted.
That's beautiful. Then, towards the end, it shifts to this idea of the expansion of service and the importance of, like, revealing the divine through our actions. What does that mean?
It means going beyond just sharing knowledge. It's about creating experiences for others that allow them to connect with the divine directly.
So not just talking the talk, but actually creating spaces where others can have their own experience.
Yes, it's about embodying the teachings in a way that makes them tangible, accessible. The Murli encourages us to create a space where others can experience that love, that peace, that joy that comes from connecting with their true selves.
In embodying the teachings like that, it makes us better examples. Right?
Absolutely. You become a living testament to the transformative power of these principles, inspiring others just by who you are, how you act.
And the Murli specifically calls on the, what does it say, double foreigners to take a leading role. It recognizes the unique challenges they face living in cultures that are so different from where these teachings originated. What makes the double foreigners stand out in this context?
Well, the Murli acknowledges their dedication, their love. Even though they might be physically far away from, the main centers of the Brahma Kumaris, it recognizes their effort in integrating these teachings into their lives, even with those cultural differences. They're bridge builders, showing that these principles are universal. They can work anywhere.
So by embracing these teachings in a new environment, they're like pioneers, paving the way for others to follow.
Yes. And the Murli challenges them to be examples of constancy, unity, self-respect, respect for others, share their experiences, and inspire others to embrace the teachings.
It's a powerful call to action, inviting them to step into leadership roles, contribute to the expansion of service in a really meaningful way. And it's a reminder that each of us, no matter where we're from or where we are, we all have that potential to be instruments of positive change. This deep dive has been so insightful. We've explored our own potential, the importance of self-transformation, the power of respect and mercy, and the role we can play in revealing the divine to others. But there's still more to unpack. What awaits us in the final part of our exploration? Wow, we've been on quite a journey with this Murli, exploring those sparkling fortunes, diving deep into self-transformation, and even like how to be examples of the divine. But what I always find so practical, are the blessings and the slogans, ready to unpack those nuggets of wisdom.
Oh, yeah, those are like the little takeaways, the reminders we can use throughout the day.
So true. Today's blessing is all about connecting with, our true companion, right? The divine. And how that helps us become more loving and detached. It's like finding that inner anchor, that source of peace.
It is. It's about cultivating that awareness of the divine, not just when we're meditating, but like in everything we do, every relationship.
And when we do that, we can experience and share a deeper kind of happiness.
Exactly.
It's interesting how the blessing specifically mentions remembering the divine during Amrit Vela, that early morning time for spiritual practice. It's like setting the tone for the whole day.
It is. It's like starting your day with that connection. Then you can approach everything, your interactions, your tasks, with more detachment and love, and you start to see the divine spark in everyone, not just the people you're close to.
And that leads to the point about becoming free from attachment. It says that remembering the one Father in all relationships helps us let go of clinging, like to outcomes or specific people. That's a huge shift.
It is. It's like moving from a limited perspective to a broader awareness. When we operate from that expanded state, well, the ups and downs of life, they don't affect us as much.
Just like we're rooted in something bigger.
Yeah.
Which gives us stability, peace. Okay, ready for the grand finale? The slogan.
Hit me with it.
Okay, it says, in order to recognize Maya, become Trikuldarshi and Trinatri, and you will become victorious.
Oh, I love this one.
I know, right? But it needs some breaking down. Maya, that's the illusion, right? The stuff that clouds our judgment. Trikuldarshi means seeing past, present, and future. And Trinatri, that's having three eyes, like a deeper perception.
It's about developing that spiritual X-ray vision to see through the illusions so we can make choices that are, truly aligned with our highest good.
So we can see the consequences of our actions or like the real motivations behind someone's behavior.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It is. And the best part is it's a skill we can all develop through spiritual practice and self-awareness.
This Murli has been amazing. We've explored those sparkling fortunes, the importance of self-transformation, the power of respect and mercy, and how we can reveal the divine to others. And then those practical tools, the blessing and the slogan, to help us actually apply it all.
It's been a beautiful exploration. And remember, the journey of self-transformation, it's ongoing. Be patient with yourself, Celebrate those small wins and never stop learning.
So well said. And for everyone listening, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Murli. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and tools you can use in your own life.
Keep those sparkling fortunes shining bright.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep reflecting, and keep shining your light.